What's up, guys? Mike here with the RWO PDR podcast, the real world order of PDR. We've got a very informative kind of episode tonight, episode 56. But first, let me introduce my guest. He owns Sioux Falls Dent Repair of South Dakota. He is the current president of ARC Certification. He is a TikTok legend. He is none other than my bro, my cigar buddy, Mr. Jack Bucknell, everyone.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's up, Jack Bucknell?
How's it going, Mike?
Dude, great, man.
Oh, dude, I'm having a good night, man. So
You
excited
too,
to be
you
on
too.
here.
Cheers.
Yeah,
It's after hours.
I'll cheers to that. Yep.
All right,
absolutely.
attaboy. Well, Jack, we're going on a little trip here soon in a few weeks to Midland, Michigan. But second, let me introduce my guest. She owns CD Dents of Midland, Michigan. She's gotten dent techs to trade in their affliction shirts and start looking a little more professional with pushmetalgear.com. She is certified with ARC certification. She is our friend and guest tonight on the RWO PDR podcast. She is the one and only Miss Crystal Ellison. What's up, Crystal?
My phone just totally fell over. It was hilarious. Perfect timing.
Right?
Perfect timing.
How are you guys doing, man?
Oh, man.
Fantastic, man.
good.
Fantastic.
Good. Well, thanks for coming on the show tonight. Of course, we have a purpose, and the purpose is tonight is we're going to get everybody informed about this awesome event coming up. And I hope I get the dates right. March 5th or March 6th and 7th, correct?
That's right.
All right, cool. So Crystal, if you guys haven't heard, Crystal is having an amazing workshop March 6th and 7th at her dent shop in Midland, Michigan. So y'all good? Y'all good? Let's see. Let's see who we got watching us really quick before we go into that.
Yeah,
What's up,
sure.
Tim Green? What's up, dog?
Hey, Tim.
Jonathan, what's up, dude? Facebook user, what's up, dude, or girl, or female, or James Bernard, what up, dog? Get back to work, dog. Quit watching Facebook. Get back to work. What's up, Joshua Dragos? That's my boy right there. So, guys, thanks for watching. Hey, we want to say we're sorry. Ginger Bros is on right now, too, at the same time. I talked to them today. They were cool. I told them I had to go on the same time they did. So, if you want to watch their show, watch us later, or vice versa, we're cool with that. So, all right. Anyways, so, Crystal, tell us a little bit about what to expect on March 6th and 7th at the workshop.
Yeah, so what to expect is to really, dive into 6 topics. So this is not our first workshop. The workshop topics are mainly built around how to connect better in your community. So I know, us technicians and PDR business runners and entrepreneurs, or whatever we want to call ourselves on whatever day, we are really, really comfortable within the PDR community. So I really am going to be challenging everyone's thought process on how we can best use our attributes and dive into our local community that pays our bills and helps grow our foundation in a different way. So we're going to be talking about community equals connection, creating your yes moments, break the chains in your business. Accountability is your responsibility and you are the answer. So, my whole thing is sometimes the answers really are right in front of us. And we just need to, dive a little deeper, create a different ecosystem, and create new opportunity pathways. So I have custom workbooks, worksheets, and it's 2 days of book work and brainstorming and accountability breakaways. And I don't let anybody off the hook. Yes.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, so you get accountability phone calls from me, every 2 weeks, so 2 phone calls at least. And, I want to know how you're doing, because we will set 3 accountability action steps. And I want to see how you're, doing on that. I'm not your mom or your wife, to coddle. But we do know what we have built in a short amount of time. I know the blood, sweat, and tears that we have, provided ourselves, here in the community and built foundation very quickly. So, I want to see how we can maybe help. My story is my story. Yours, Mike and Jack, everybody's market is different. And, we still do online strategies. We still do, ads. But we have some things dialed in, on the community connection. So we're going to be kind of meeting everybody where they are to see what works for you guys in live time.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm excited about going. These are areas that I really need to improve in my business, and I'm stoked about it. And I love to get some brilliant people together in a room and we all talk and share ideas.
We're going to have some good, we have a small group. I only like small groups because this is not like a pump up session to where, you make all these notes, you're all pumped up. I'm making everybody feel like, because we're the best, right? All of us are the best at what we do. We already know that part. We already know that we can push dents. So it's not that kind of workshop. So this is just meeting everybody where they are at a human being level, not beating ourselves on a chest on showing off before and after pictures and videos. We're already past that. We already know how to do it, and we already realize that it's a journey. Now, how do we, build our value terms and our boundaries and build our business on a local level, especially like for us, we're dealing with like a population right here, like 50, 60,000 people. So when you have towns that are that size or sometimes even smaller, I'm not saying online presence is a bad thing. That is like, there's so many cherries on the top, but when you have all of these, structures online built, or whether you're taking care of it or hiring somebody, but then you have that community connection, it's just a nice round package that you have, of relevance that people just know you are the expert.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing, like, of course, you all know I opened a shop up in September. So this is a whole new world for me as far as marketing strategies and getting. Now, I grew up in this town. I've been here pretty much my whole life. And so having business was easy for me because I've started building a business about 5 years ago, started building a network and just meeting like I hang out with the sheriff of the town. I hang out with, the city councilman and just sports, kids sports, man. I get involved in a lot of the, stuff like that. And it's just about connecting. Like you said, it's about making connections and offering, letting people know about your services and what you can do. And, I totally agree with that. So me and Jack are going to attend. I guess nobody caught that.
Yeah. Yeah. So the reason, for those of you watching, I can't see comments. So, but for those of you watching, the majority of, the guys that are attending were basically chosen with their raffle. They won, raffle packages. So it was the Ellison toy drive. So it's a $1,000 value between the 2-day workshop, and then they're also getting a Ellison briefcase with some goodies that Ellison sent a bulk of a year and a half ago. So you'll be getting that, as well. So
okay. We got a question here, Crystal. We've actually already touched on it. Tyler, hey Tyler, just curious, what's the event? Well, it is the Pushmetal workshop, and it is March 6th and 7th at Crystal's shop in Midland, Michigan. So, want any more information? You can message me or Crystal or Jack or anybody. We can give you all that info. So,
yeah.
All right,
and we're going to have 2 speakers I'm really excited about. So my girl Missy is going to be coming back. She's actually a business peer of mine here locally. She works at an insurance agency or a firm here locally. And so she's really diverse on creative ways how she connects. But I really wanted to bring somebody in from an outside perspective, outside of PDR, but also that can help maybe answer some questions in relation to PDR because she's from, the insurance world. And Missy's great. She's an open book. There's not really anything off the table that you can't ask her. And then we have a surprise guest from our very first workshop that I won't spill the beans on yet. He's going to be flying in. He's going to be sharing his story about where he was in his business or life structure, essentially, before he came to the workshop. his aha moment at the workshop. And then he's going to be talking about his action steps that he put together, his wins, and he's going to also be sharing what his follow through was and how that shaped his business, and also some things in his other relationships. So I'm really excited to have that person here, so you guys can get a full different picture on how creative he was with his steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's exciting, man.
Yeah,
I'm really excited the fact that you guys are going to be following up and basically holding people accountable, because it's so easy to go to these seminars and events and get all roused up and and then a few days later, maybe a few weeks, I mean, maybe you make it a month, you do some changes, and then you just go right back in your regular ways, and you don't do the stuff. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well. I totally
every
get
time.
it.
That's me every
It's
time.
easy to do. It's easy to do. We had an episode, me and Jim did one. I got the idea from Andy Frisella. It was called Success Zombies. And that is basically someone who does just what you're talking about, goes to all these workshops and events and they intake in the information, but they don't do any action. And that's, you got to stop that cycle. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I'm not perfect, but but I've tried to do better with that, and start taking some of this information.
I think too, Mike, sometimes we just have to be in the season to do that, because I have tried to attend, a lot of different workshops or seminars, whether they were free or not free. And, there's always that camaraderie of, we're there with our, buddies and, bullshitting or drinking or pushing dents or showing skills. And then we're, hey, James.
What's up, James?
What's up, James?
Hey.
And we learn all these great, valuable things from our peers that we're like, hell yeah, and you get home, and then, if you're married, you're dealing with spouse stuff, or now, your kids, and now you're back in your business, maybe with other staff, or basically around your, real life at home. And you're right, Jack, you get going and you're like, ugh, or that one thing didn't work, and then you just, get distracted, or you're over here.
Starts a chain reaction for you not to do anything then.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I've done that so many times, and I've tried not to. Like, I don't want to, it's not anything against anybody else, but that sometimes is just a season thing that, I think we all go through, and you really have to be in that season of just not just learning, but ready to apply, and ready to be flexible and, just open about what is happening around you, and really, really want some changes and baby steps. It doesn't have to be big steps, but, one bite at a time, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Small steps are better than no steps.
That's right. It's just like, it's like going to the gym, those small little things each time. Don't go and do a killer workout and be sore for 3 or 4 days. Do little increments, and that's
I don't know what that's like, but
that's because you're too busy ice fishing, dog.
That's true. Yep. That time of year, baby.
I know, right? That is so cool. I don't want to go down that. Yeah, but that's I love seeing you ice fish, man. That's so cool. So, anyways, back to the workshop, guys. So, Crystal, are there any spots left if anyone would like to attend? I know it's a couple of weeks away.
It is. It's coming up like way quick. Really, I really like to keep a small group. But like 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
But again, I just want to make sure I'm not bullshitting anybody. I say this up front. If you're not in that season, please be honest with yourself, because don't come, if you're truly not ready. If you're truly not it's one thing to always be seeking, but if you really want to establish your own aha moment, I'm your girl. Okay. Because, if you're struggling on, there was, I'm not going to say what workshop, but, excuse me, there was even an aha moment of, one of the technicians struggling with his other half, because, he's tried to do all these things, spend all this money, he has all these tools, he goes to all these expos, does these things, and he doesn't apply. So there was an aha moment, even just as a man, you know, saying, damn, my wife don't, you know, she's not very supportive. So, you know, I think I bring a unique, you know, aspect that I do push dents, and I'm pretty damn good at it. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, you know, we're pretty humble people, but I'm a little boastful too. I mean, I know what I know. I don't know everything, but I know what I know. And, you know, there's some things that I bring to the table and some pretty unique perspectives. So if you are really wanting to dive deep into these subjects and just really be like, damn, this is what I got to hit the reset button, it literally is that simple.
Absolutely. Yep.
Sweet.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm really, this is the kind of stuff that I want to get more involved in. More groups to, you know, small groups to talk about things and ideas, bounce off each other, stuff like that.
Yeah, the business,
so,
the business stuff. Yeah.
That's the stuff. I mean, we're all business owners and businessmen and women, and you know, you do have to elevate yourself. You got to learn and keep growing, and never feel like you know it all. You know, and that's the thing. When none of us know it all, and I kind of fell into that rut several years ago. I thought, man, there's nothing else to learn, and that's false. I mean, there's a ton more to learn. So, but so Crystal, who all, if you don't mind, could we mention some of the names that'll be attending the workshop?
Yeah. So I think Andy Patrick's is going to have to go virtual with us.
Okay.
I'll just a few. I mean, you guys will be there. John Krug, I'm still waiting for a confirmation. Him. Ray Sapnew, I believe, is going to be able to confirm. Mo Castillo and her husband are coming.
Okay.
Oh, Mo, she's awesome. I met her at NCE. She's great.
Yeah.
She won a free year of Dent Mate, by the way.
Oh, she did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Mo, yep. Shout out.
Yes. So, so there's a couple other, there's two more that I'm still waiting for confirmation. So overall, if you know, again, please ask yourself the right questions before you don't come spend money if you're not gonna, step up. Step up for yourself and step up for your foundation. If you're not gonna do that, this is not a rah-rah, session.
Yeah.
So, I do get into some pretty ballsy conversations because I'm me. And if you've ever had a real conversation with me, that's you get my good, bad, and ugly. So,
absolutely.
So yeah, it's I get pretty riled up. So
I've been to some things before, not even PDR related. I went an example of not putting action. I went to Damon John's success thing. I did that a few years ago. I did learn a lot and I did take a ton of notes. But I didn't really, I don't think it was for me. Honestly, this has really not a lot to do with Pushmetal workshop. And I'm just telling you guys an example of going to things outside of our PDR community that, I'm not going to say it was a waste of money or time, but for me, like, I was the only business owner in the room of 30. So shock, right? Yeah. And I was like, and they were looking at me like, a lot of these people in here they had a lot of big dreams in front of them. I could see that. And, Shark Tank with Damon John, it's about inventions and things like that. Well, that's not what I wanted to learn how to make my business better. That's why I was there. And when I got there, basically I found out that I was learning how to sell things on Amazon, which I had zero interest in. And I was open-minded. I was open-minded about it. I was like, well, wait a minute, maybe I can incorporate this with my business. And I could have done that, but it was just a lot of extra work and I didn't want to do it. So I wouldn't say it was a waste of money because I did learn a lot about tax stuff and some more business type stuff. But again, be wary when you go to things that don't suit you, that, you maybe, because I love Shark Tank. And I was like, oh, Damon John's coming to Louisville. Damon John was not there. I showed up and of course, everything's free at first. And there's nothing, what do you expect for free? Yeah. Then it came time to pony up some money. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do this. And then the third step was very, very, very pricey to do the third step. And I was literally told by those guys after talking to me that, Mike, I don't think this is for you, man. And I already knew that because I was like, I'm a business owner. a success. Well, I'd like to say I was successful. You know, I've been doing 13 years in business, so I'm like, I know, but I'm always looking to make it better. You know, I was just trying to, and it was not the right thing for me personally, but just wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys are seeking out, you know, help in other areas, not our PDR stuff, but you know.
Well, that's a good mindset to have, though. You know, just keep getting better, keep working on your bit. You know, 13 years. You know, there's a lot of people that just give up after a couple of years and hit cruise control, and you know, and they do well, and they you know, like, I mean, it still blows my mind. There's guys out there that don't even have a website. You know, like just on cruise control, like, you know, whatever they're doing, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, wow. Like,
hey, Jack, 6 years ago, guess who didn't have a website? 6 years ago. I don't need that. What do I need that for?
Right?
I got body shops and
I'm busy.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I realized I was in the Stone Age. I was like, yeah, I need to get a website. So,
Yeah.
Well, and you'd be surprised too, you know, when you step outside of your PDR business. And, you know, I really feel like a lot of us work like this, right? We're really not taught in PDR how to connect with our community. I mean, really ask yourself, are we really taught how to lay down the communication skills on bridging the gap on value terms? You know, we're really not, you know, and I don't mean to call anybody out here, but you know, it is what it is. When we want to spend so much damn time in our Facebook forums making fun of customers or, you know, whoever else because, you know, they don't understand the value, that's your fault.
It is. Yep. Education problem.
Yeah.
You need to teach your market. It doesn't happen overnight. You need to create the dialogue that is necessary to build your foundation. We don't get, and I'm not saying this to brag, this is just the fact. At this point, which we've for some of you that don't know, I have 24 years in the car business. So 18 to 42 years old, I've been in the car business. So sales for 3 years. I hit 21, was asked to move to finance because sales was boring me, and I was hitting salesperson month every month. And so it was boring me. So I went into finance, went finance 21 to 28, and then been working, you know, PDR with Dwayne ever since. And so we ran mobile. We chased hail for about a year and a half, ran our wholesale route, and then we've done we ripped off the Band-Aid, which was very painful, to fish in a different pond of retail. We currently are not, you know, actively mobile with wholesale dealerships to give you guys a quick background. And then I don't even know, I know this sounds so bad, but 2 years, 3 years, opened up the retail, just something small. And then we took on another suite that we can fit 2 additional vehicles in. So essentially we doubled in size about 5 months ago or whatever the timing was. The prices are the prices. We don't get people in saying, I could just run onto the dealer for $50 or this jargon that we think that we should be making fun of the customers for. It's your job to educate.
100% agree.
Again, if we're going to just think about this, guys. Think about how much time you spend complaining in the Facebook forums and flip that around and spend an extra 15, 20 minutes a week, a day, doing some education on value terms and start establishing ground rules, because it will pay off. It'll pay off quickly. You can start picking your customers. It works. It works.
Yeah. Even if you get that kind of customer, no, the one thing, don't make them feel dumb, you know, because they're not car people. They're not car people like we are. You know, they show up. A lot of them have no clue, or they've been to the body shop and got the big body shop, you know, your insurance or whatever, you know, big expensive price to paint it and all that. Just educate them, man. I mean, just show them, you know, tell them what you can do, what you can offer. Definitely the quick turnaround time is a big seller for me. I mean, if you drop it off that day, I'll have it done that day, you know, and that's some things I can, you know, so definitely a lot of keys there.
Yep. And I'm not saying, just to kind of backtrack, for some people, we do take care of some dealer work, but they do drop off at the shop and they pay our prices. We don't, you know, give deals. They get excellent service and they get tip-top turnaround time, just like everybody else does, and we're not going to discount it for anybody.
That's awesome.
When they call, the terminology that the salespeople or management is using at this point is, hey, Crystal, I have, for example, a quarter size dent approximately and a quarter panel. Can I send you your 3 pictures? Yep, absolutely. I'm standing by right now.
Yep.
It just, that's what happens. So train your market.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be paid, you want consistency, train your market. It's your job.
Yep. Be accountable.
That's right. That's right.
So I can tell you a little quick story about this topic we're talking about. Last week or 2 weeks ago, at the retail shop here, I had a customer come in and she had some light dents on her doors, really easy stuff, just maybe 8 little pings or whatever. And some of them need to be buffed out. And she had it was 2016 Ford, had tri-coat paint red. And she said, well, what I offer and how I do it is I don't get into touch-up stuff or whatever. But I said, if you have touch-up paint, some of the spots needed touch-up. I said, if you have touch-up paint, I will apply it. Mm-hmm. And for a certain price and da-da-da. She was like, oh, that's great. But before our conversation ended, she walked me to the back of the vehicle and said, what do you think about this bumper? And I'm like, ma'am, I don't do any bumper repairs other than maybe push out the plastic, whatever. I explained that to her in detail. I said, but what it was, somebody took a wheelchair and was pulling it in and out of the back, and it just scarred it to death. I mean, and she was under the impression that a buffer would fix all that for her. And she thought a magic buffer would go over it and just fix it. And I explained to her, I said, well, I'll run it over it, and it'll take out a few of those, but probably not to what you're thinking, So anyways, I touched up this entire bumper. I touched up 40 spots on it for her. And the touch-up paint she had was like a little marker. It wasn't like a brush.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And so I got all the dents are my focal point. Got the dents done, buffed everything out. I even took it to the car wash. I don't do that for everybody. And car was standing tall, sitting outside. I was proud as a peacock. Customer shows up with the husband, and he went off on me and told me that was one of the worst. Like that bumper was the focal point. That was, why does that bumper look like that? I said, well, sir, that is touch-up paint. And again, I'm not making fun of them. I understand. Yeah. They just didn't know.
Yeah.
And so I had to, and I didn't do a good job at first explaining better of what I was going to do to it. I had already assumed that they understood what touch-up paint was, and they did not. They thought I had an air gun and I was going to spray paint it tri-coat red. so we, after a good conversation, oh wow, phone call late at night. That's awesome. We after a late night of talk. Sorry guys.
Picks up, hangs up.
Yeah. Literally, we're getting a phone call, and I don't know how to turn the phone off. That's what my office manager does. Anyways, sorry guys. Anyways, after a good conversation, I talked to her and explained things thoroughly. She was happy as a clam. Didn't want any money back. She was paid full and left a review. So that's as long as you can explain yourself. Don't make them feel dumb, because I could have done that. Yeah. I could have been like, you know what, you should have known that. I didn't do that. That's not the attitude I had. I had a better attitude than that. So
good.
Anyway, yeah, little story from the retail shop. Sure, there'll be many more to tell down the road.
That's true.
Yep. So Jack, let's talk about more serious topics about this workshop. Crystal.
Yes.
Where are the guys that attend? Where are we going to party at? Was there a nice bar nearby, or me and Jack's already done some recon.
I don't know. Dwayne and I are like way lame. We're
little place called Bay City. Is it any good?
Yeah, probably. I guess if you want to venture out there.
Well, they have a cigar bar. I don't know the name of it. And I think me and Jack B's and anybody else wants to go, we're gonna roll out there one night. And,
so there's a small cigar lounge here in Midland too.
They close at 6, and I was very disappointed. See, I do my homework, and I was very disappointed. I was like, really? But this place in Bay City is open till 2 a.m.
Yeah, isn't it?
Which we won't stay out that late. But
is it Staples or something like
that? Yes, that is it.
Yeah.
But it looks like a place that me and Jack are going to like a lot.
It looks really cool. Yeah. Well, and I figured too, because it's only a 2-day workshop, that I figured everybody like really going out or whatever. It's at 9:30. So it's not like super early, not super late, but
that's perfect.
Like
that's perfect.
9:30, get your ass here and be ready.
Yeah, I promise you that anybody goes out with me, I will not keep you out past midnight, so we can be fresh and ready for the workshop, because that is why we are there.
That's right.
But
and then we'll be doing some kind of light snack or something like that,
Okay.
for each
Sweet.
day. I mean, probably provide waters or something small.
Okay.
So if people want this big meal or something, you can have a chance to leave, and there'll be breaks and
Okay.
all that jazz. But yeah, we'll have stuff here to have people snack on, so they don't get like. I know my blood sugar goes like this if I don't have my snacks. A snack for this old lady. So.
We need to look into steakhouses.
Yes,
Yeah,
me and
that's my
Jack
first
love
thought.
our food.
Yeah.
We love our food.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Love
do.
food. Yep.
We had an
Steakhouse,
incredible
seafood.
we had an incredible dinner at MTE, man. That was amazing. Yeah.
Mhm.
But we'll figure something out. We'll look up a place there in
Oh,
Midland.
Yeah.
But Bay City, I talked to John Vidine last night. He was very, very disappointed that he's not gonna be able to make the show.
I know.
He even showed the video on his show last night of him and Woody at the rental house that they had. Bolts and
At their
holes.
Airbnb.
Yeah. So yeah, he wanted me to tell you guys that he's very, very disappointed he's not going. But he did say, Mike, is that cigar place in Bay City? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, that's where our house was. So
Yeah.
good place, cool
Nice.
place. So
Yeah, there's a couple of cool little joints downtown Bay City. So
well, that's coolio. I'm gonna be driving into the workshop. I'm not gonna fly. So
you're too
Jack,
close.
you're flying, obviously, right? That's a
No, I'll probably
you're driving
drive.
too.
Are you
Yeah.
driving?
My man.
Okay.
Like 12 hours.
My man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys staying at the place like literally down the road or grab
Me and Jack are staying at Fairfield, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
only like a mile.
The other place was, which I wouldn't have cared, but it was 5 miles down the road. And of course, the other place does have a bar, I think, attached to it,
Yes.
like a restaurant. But
Yeah.
I was
Yep.
like, you know what? I'd rather be close to the workshop, so we'll stay at Fairfield. But if anybody is attending and you haven't got your hotel room yet, we do have the two suggestions we just said: the Fairfield, and then the other one's a Holiday Inn, right?
Yep, it's a Holiday Inn. It's newer, and they have a restaurant kind of bar thing attached to it. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Cool.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yep. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. So good times, good times.
Yeah. So, and then Jack, I'm going to see you the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll be seeing me as well.
Oh, you're going to?
Oh, I ain't gonna miss Hanson.
We're like, we're gonna
I'm
be like
so
a crew.
I'm so excited.
I may bring Danielle. I'm talking to Danielle. I may bring her. She's doesn't want. I told her I had such a good time last year. I would never miss that again. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, she'll like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know she will.
Oh yeah. She'll love
I
it.
love that Jellystone Park was that was so much fun.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, we stayed there. We had the kids. We stayed in a cabin. We drove and just kind of piled in the 4-wheeler and drove to Texas and made like a whole week of it. So it was really cool. The water park and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys listening, what we're talking about is the Anson Open House. It is April 30th. I believe that is the right day. It's on a Saturday. And any information, you can hit up Anson or me or whoever's on Jack, Crystal. We'll let you know all about it. We're staying at the Jellystone Park. I had a blast staying there, and the prices were really good there. So So if you guys want to get it, they got little cabins you stay in and stuff. So
I need to be in contact with you about that because I was talking to Vidine last week on FaceTime, and he was saying, no, you get there. So then I was talking to Mary Toledo about because I'm going to MME as well.
Okay.
So I was going to go to that, and she's like, oh, so did you book your room? And I'm like, well, I think I'm going to stay at Jellystone. She started laughing. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
what?
It's like, she was, I was
they
like,
didn't get the
I was like, it's the Yogi Bear, like, whatever camp thing. And that's what I said. Oh, hey, boo boo. And anyway, so I was explaining that to her, and she's like, what? And I'm like, well, it's where Vidine and Glidewell will be staying, and I like those guys, so I'll stay with them.
Mike, have you been there before or no?
Yeah, I went last year. I saw you guys. I saw you and the kids and Dwayne, but you all were so far away I couldn't even. Y'all were walking to the pond or something. I think going fishing. Yeah.
There was a lot of people at that.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's bringing their kids, they have fishing. They have a big old basketball court that's lit up. You can play all night. They've got a whole ton of stuff in the water park, and it's super kick-ass.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I thought it was going to be more like kiddish, but Dwayne and I really enjoyed ourselves. We really did.
Yeah.
Nice.
The one other thing, just to end the Anson talk about it, but man, I tell you what, that bar we went to and that Vince took us to was, man, I saw guys walking in with spurs and cowboy hats, dude. I was like, hey, I looked at Matt Armio. We were in Armaggio. We were in the car, and I said, Matt, man, you got to mind your P's and Q's in here, dude. We are in Texas. And he started laughing, and we had the best time. Everybody in there was cool. I walked in and saw Daniel, Grom, and Vince, and everybody, Trey Scott, and everybody was there, and we were having a great time. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, guys,
yeah.
Anything else we want to touch on the workshop? We kind of got off the subject there. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I had to laugh though, because I think like a few months ago, somebody had messaged or made a comment somewhere, and because I had posted about the workshop, and they're going off on a big passionate rant, of course, about how if I really cared about the industry, I'd be doing all this stuff free. And I just, I just thought to myself, well, you can go to your free events, but I just had a little bit of a giggle and thought, well, I sew in a lot actually into a lot of different things and people into this industry. So yeah, just know it's not free.
No,
so
it's not free.
I cannot believe that somebody would actually say and expect that.
Yeah,
like
that's shocking.
It is what you pay. If it's free, it's probably worth nothing.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
right.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm not going to do it for free. So, and actually it was somebody that doesn't really sew in anything. So I just had a little giggle about that. So anyway, so that
guys, you got it. You got to
pay to play.
You got to pay to play, man. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's just the knowledge that you're going to get from this workshop, the experience you're going to get. I have never been to an event in our industry ever and not took something home from it, like some kind of knowledge or a T-shirt or something. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Something. I've never been to an MTE and didn't come back feeling good or inspired or some new tools or a new technique I learned. Or
the thing is too is like the guys that are going to be there, we all most of us know each other. So my very first workshop was unique because we had James says you get what you pay for. Yes, you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
The very first one we had like team leaders. Angela
that's my sister, my office manager. What's up, Angela?
Yeah.
Takes money to make money. That's
right,
sure.
no doubt. Yeah, she learned from her brother.
We had like team leaders and things like that, but for the majority of the the attendees, they were newer or just kind of getting started. So what's unique about this circle of peers that's going to be attending is we've been in it for a minute. So I'm going to be able to have the opportunity to kind of cut to the chase, so to speak, and not do a lot of dating material, but really get to the marriage stuff and get to some nuts and bolts. And so that's going to be exciting that we can really just move through. And most of everybody going, we're friends. We understand where to cut it off with business. We all have a really great respect and love for each other. I really believe that. And just as human beings. And so it's going to be pretty powerful to bounce these things off of each other and also gain perspective from each other while we're learning about these topics. And if there's something that, anyone wants to chime in that they're utilizing that maybe can be comboed up with, this topic or whatever we're going over or diving into, it's going to be this one's going to be different. So.
All right, great. I can't wait, man. I'm super stoked. So, all right, guys. Well, that's the workshop, March 6th and 7th at CD Dents in Midland, Michigan. So if you guys want any information, get a hold of Crystal or me or Jack, but we'll lead you to Crystal.
Yes.
One more. Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Mom.
Look, who's her favorite sibling? Look at her.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Angela. I'm kidding. Anyway, so you guys ready for the best part of this show, other than the knowledge bombs and the great conversations?
What is it?
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
ready
Here we
for
go.
5 stupid ass questions?
Okay, do it.
Now, Crystal was on my show, a long time ago. She was my 3rd episode.
Oh.
And Jack was on my 37th episode.
Okay.
You guys didn't think I'd remember that stuff, huh?
Damn, I was going to say, wow.
Now, Jack came in when we've kind of evolved. So now we got fancy intros and we got 5 stupid questions. Crystal came along when we were bare bones and learning how to podcast. So now she gets to experience 5 stupid ass questions. And I did make these PG-13. So, all right, let's start with you, Crystal. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
I'd probably it would be Hawaii.
Hawaii. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jack, how about you, buddy?
Man, Florida. I'd move to Florida. I don't know
Right.
where, but Florida. Yeah.
Right. That's
On the coast, obviously. Like I want to be near the water, but yeah.
Yeah. Fun story about me. I actually 13 years ago, before I got involved with my business partner for Southern Indiana Dent, I was actually going to move to Winter Haven, Florida.
Oh.
And it was like a calling said to stay home. And it was weird, and it just, you know what I mean? I literally, I ain't gonna lie, I don't cry a lot. I literally sat on a curb in front of my house and was going to cry because I didn't know what to do. Should I leave or should I go? And I remember that, man. I was like, best choice I ever made. Not that nothing great couldn't have happened down there. It probably could have, but you know, just one of them things that happens. But
what was the kicker? Like what
one
way or another?
It was at the time in 2008 trying to sell the house that I was crying in front of.
Yeah,
was not going to sell very quickly. And
Okay.
that was a factor. And then I just had a feeling in my gut. I just knew that I was like, you know, and I love my hometown. I love being here. You've been here, Jack. You've hung out.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And,
I loved
and
it.
it's just-
Dude, I can't wait to come back.
Absolutely. Now, if I could move anywhere, because someday I'm going to retire and I'm not going to live in Jeffersonville my whole life, I think I'm going to move to possibly England, maybe,
Oh.
Ah.
Surprise.
I wonder why.
or somewhere sunny like Florida. So I did want to live in Australia for a long time. I've been very infatuated with that country, but I don't know, man. So I'm going to go visit it first for, you know, so.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to question 2. I got really deep on that one. So let's start with you, Jack.
Oh, boy.
What was the longest line you ever waited in, and what was it for?
Oh God.
This was quite a long time ago. Video games. So midnight release of I don't know exactly which game it was, which version, but it was Call of Duty. So I used to be a huge gamer.
Call of Duty.
And I remember going out and waiting in
Attaboy.
front of GameStop at a long line around like half the building for the midnight release of Call of Duty. I want to say it was it would have been like after like Black Ops, so like Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2 or something. I don't know, whatever it was, but yeah. And I did that actually 2 or 3 times, and I worked at the body shop at that time. I would take off the next day of work because I was gaming obviously all night, and yeah, so yep.
That's great.
That
Crystal,
was the
how about you?
longest. I mean, around a building, so yeah.
That's crazy, dude. I thought it was going to be like an iPhone or something.
No. I just got an iPhone, so whoa.
Yeah, I don't wait long. I wait like 10 minutes for an iPhone. Like, bring it out. I'm ready
Right?
to go.
Yep.
Crystal, how about you?
Gosh, I don't know.
You've got kids, so I know you've waited in line for something.
God. You know, I don't even know, but I've waited in a lot of lines, and I've actually, because fun fact for all you fellas, if your lady don't actually tell the truth after babies, you know, you have mama bladder, and
Oh boy.
your girl here has been known to pee her pants a
Oh,
little
no.
bit to stay in line to keep the kids happy. So I don't know what I've stood in a lot of lines, but yeah, I don't know. I've I don't know how to answer that one. They all like mesh together.
Oh, I hear you. I'll answer that question. Jack, I got one question from Eunice. He wants to know what's your best of all time Call of Duty?
I have no idea. Like, it's been so long since I played video games that I would not
Right.
recall it anymore.
Yeah, me too. I
Probably horrible, but
I
you know,
haven't- I
hey,
haven't-
I got 3 deaths to 1 kill. All right, I don't know, whatever. But yeah,
let me click this one on. We got Jeffrey Larson. What up, Jeff Larson? I waited over a night in a long line to get Pink Floyd tickets, like 14
Worth
hours.
it.
That is insane, but respect.
yeah,
Respect.
I like that.
The longest line I've ever waited in, and I've been to amusement parks and blah, blah, blah. One time I went on a date with a girl a long time ago, obviously, and it was in 2011. She wanted to go to a haunted house in Louisville. And I was like, all right, cool. I hate those, but yeah, we'll go to that. And so we have a haunted hospital called Waverly Hills. It's the most haunted place in America. Look it up.
Sweet.
And it was
Yep.
a tuberculosis hospital in the 1800s,
Ah,
and
jeez.
70,000 people died there. It's been on Ghost Hunters, Ghosts, whatever those shows. It's been on there. Anyways, they have a haunted house on there, like a goofy one. You know, people dress up and jump out at you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I waited in line for 4.5 hours to walk through something that I didn't even scare me, and I laughed the entire time. And it was cold out. Yeah.
Oh man.
She got a second date, and that was it, man.
Wow.
But anyways, that's the longest line I've ever waited in.
Huh.
Let's see. What does James Bernard said? Line of girls for my wife. What it? You, James, you suck up.
Good answer.
Get back to work. Anyways, let's go to question
That
3.
was savvy.
Right. Let's move on to, let's see. Make sure people know what's going on here. All right. Let's start with you, Crystal. If someone made a movie about your life, who would play you?
Oh my God, really?
We've had this question on the show before.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
If you want a minute, I'll go to Jack.
Oh, you know what? I would say Julia Roberts. I love her in the movie Erin Brockovich.
I could see that, actually.
And how she like hustles like through all of her whatever. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you would know. I don't know. Guys, just freaking watch it. It's good. And how she just pushes through and gets shit done and doesn't take no for an answer and just kills it.
James says the dark-haired girl from Friends.
Oh, really?
Who's
Who's
I
that,
don't even know who
Courtney
that
I
is.
can't. I should know this because me and Danielle
No.
burned Friends up. I can't remember her name. Courtney something.
Courtney Cox.
Yeah, Courtney Cox. Yep.
Mhm.
I forget her character name, but yeah. Anyways, okay, that's cool. That's a compliment. Jack, how about you, buddy? Who's playing your life story, dude?
This is a wild question.
Right?
It's kind of open, isn't it?
It's like totally subjective.
Yeah. Well, and also anybody watching this, if you want to type in what who you think would play us, would be, it's cool.
Yeah, that'd actually be really
nothing
interesting to hear the
stupid
input.
Can we talk about, side note, can we
Yeah.
talk about after this how Jack has a freaking twin?
I saw
Yeah.
a doppelganger.
I don't want to sidetrack us, but freaking.
There you go. I'm trying to think of what his. I think his name was it Joel or something like that. John Bideen drug him over to me
Yeah, I saw that.
to
man.
show
I
me,
saw
and
that.
yep,
Sorry, I'm getting a refill.
and that was hilarious. So
Sorry to sidetrack, but
God, I don't. No. You're helping me because I was
I
just
was-
gonna sit there and go,
I was blown away when I saw that picture. I was like, oh my God.
Jack.
right? Like,
I
well,
think-
I had multiple people reach out to me after when they saw that photo, and they were like, dude, I totally saw that guy and thought he was you. I even did a wave, and he looked like blindly at me. So I had to like, yeah, no, like I'm not waving. Yeah.
Some kind of
Some
ice
kind of-
fisherman.
Oh,
There you go. What would it be? What's popular? David Gens. There you go. That's an ice fisherman. So
There
we'll
you go.
with that, so.
All right. What about James? He says Harry Potter. Ha ha, James. Ha ha. Whatever.
Daniel
James,
Craig,
get back
James
to work.
Bond.
Get back to work. I mean, that question for me, of course, I have time to think about these things. I have no clue.
Man, that makes me feel really good because I had no idea and you had time to think about it.
Yeah,
So-
right. I mean, that's the thing about. So I used to do these questions live, and they were lame. I couldn't figure out one, but Jim said, "No, man, go back to just writing them ahead of time." I was like, "Okay." I'm gonna shoot for the moon here, dude. I'm gonna say Christian Bale.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
I
know.
know I'm not as good looking as that guy, but whatever. So
What's he play in?
he played Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was his biggest. Well, one
That
of
was
his
my
biggest roles.
instant go-to was
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm dressed like Bruce Wayne tonight. See, the reason I don't have Pushmetal gear on right now, which I usually would, is I got to take
Boom.
Danielle out. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Jack, for helping me.
Jack lives in Pushmetal stuff. Jack
I
has,
do.
like,
I didn't even have to think of putting this on before the show. I just
Yeah.
had it on, and then I'm like,
I
oh,
would have
okay,
had
well,
my
whatever.
hat, grind
Jack, you
sweatshirt.
Jack, you probably slept in it last night with me. Yeah. He's got like
All right.
whatever everything. Like I literally would be thinking of Jack when I would order stuff and be like, all right, I know I need at least a couple smalls. I just would stock them because I'd be like, Jack, I got new stuff. He's like, all right, send them.
Right? Absolutely. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Right.
I seen you sporting a hat. I see.
Always. I wore it today. I love my
I
Pushmetal gear,
know.
but I'm taking Danielle out for a really nice dinner after the show, and I couldn't do hat head. So that's the only reason I didn't wear a hat or my Pushmetal, my grind sweatshirt, which I love
That's
too.
right.
So, but I'm definitely repping all day long.
Love it.
Oh yeah, baby.
Now I'm not saying anything else besides this, but if anybody paid attention, I took down the Pushmetal site because we have some new launching of some things. We have some things going on. So
Yeah, I know, right?
So if anybody needs anything, just call me directly. But that site that you have up is totally paused right now. So
Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. Well, I'll take that down just so we know.
I'll just save it.
Okay.
Save it.
All right. There's a little snippet of something going on big with Pushmetal gear. So keep your eyes peeled. So,
Sweet.
all right, let's go to question 4. We got off track here. Jack, would you rather live like the Flintstones or the Jetsons?
Jetsons.
Oh.
Jetsons, 100%.
And why?
Technology.
Technology, yep.
I'm a total technology nerd. Computer. I mean, I was literally working on a computer all day today, and it was fine with me.
Right. Yeah, you definitely know your shit.
Yep. Not like instantly, as you said, the Jetsons. So.
What about you, Crystal?
I would say Flintstones.
Crystal Flintstone. There you go.
Flintstone. Yep. I get impatient with technology, but I like functional, so when I would say Flintstones.
Man, I don't know. Do those cars get dented? They didn't look like they get
I
dented.
don't know.
Oh, the tree, like the
tree
the
limb
tree
on
with
the side or
with the
whatever.
rocks.
But then again, does a space shuttle get dented? No, not really. Probably. I don't know, maybe.
Let's see. Robert Biddle
Hopefully
says Flintstones had better tablets. Good point.
True.
Good point. Maybe
True.
not what we're.
Yeah, but
Let's
the
see.
Jetsons didn't need it. Mind reading or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Jonathan says Jetsons already look like a Flintstone, and it sucks. This guy has got a ton of comments. He's been trying to. I got him on here now. So, I would say Jetsons because I always wanted a flying car.
Oh, okay.
And drop the kids off to school and whole button pushing, and yeah, that's great. So,
I'd
but I
want
love the
DeLorean.
Flintstones. I do love the show. All right, guys, let's move on to our last question. This one's a little weird. A little tougher to answer. We'll start with you, Crystal. Did you learn any new skills in 2021?
I did. Okay, so I have been learning about financial literacy. Can I be just like a touch long-winded?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, we're good. We got 10 more minutes left. You're good.
Okay, perfect. I won't take all the time. So
We're good.
we have also been focusing on financial literacy and understanding how to make our money and our assets that we have busted or asked for work for us. So we picked up our first rental and we have developed.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So we have our LLC in place for properties, which is CD's properties. Like CD's properties. Anyways, so CD's properties, LLCs, and good to go. And so we just have that fully furnished, and we are flipping out of that as we speak. That's listed, and we are currently looking for our second, which actually we'll be setting that up in our portfolio as a short-term rental. So we're utilizing what we've earned while we're still working and investing in stocks and things like that. But just trying to work smarter and not harder. We can't push fence forever. And, we don't have any interest of adding services to our PDR business. So unless we can kind of, get the right people one day, it possibly may dissolve. I mean, I don't know what the future holds, maybe we do grow it, but at the same time, being smart with our assets, we've really been diving into.
Sweet.
That's awesome. I saw that, Crystal. That's why I kind of said that, boasted out. But I love real estate. That's something I want to get more involved in. And I was so proud of you guys, man, when I saw that. So
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've been gambling.
Hey,
But,
that's real estate's a great gamble.
Yeah.
Yep. Jack, how about you, man? Did you learn anything in 2021?
So actually, it's right about the same exact thing. So I started. I'm now involved in an investment group. We're looking at properties, but right there, just that was a big step in towards the last part of last year. And man, I'm learning all. Like we went through the lawyer process, the LLC, all that stuff. And it's been very, very eye opening. Just looking at properties, visually going and looking at commercial properties. We haven't looked at any residential stuff yet, but it's very eye opening. It's a whole different mindset. From what I'd ever done ever. Like I was just kind of like, hey, do you want to get in this investment group? Yes. With some friends. And it was like, yeah.
And then Jack, when you start understanding how to utilize tax shelters too, and start like understanding how to sort of play the game, that's where it starts getting fun, right?
I like saving money from taxes, so that sounds fun enough for me. So
it's mind blowing what you can make in real estate. I mean, just like I've my plan was to build a shop and buy property, but I put that on hold because of what's right now materials and properties are high, and I thought it wasn't a good time to invest in that, and that's why I got the shop and kind of start here and build later. And but I sold my house out where I lived at. I lived in a pretty nice area where I live at, and I sold it. I had people fighting over it when I put it up for sale, and mind blowing what you can make off what your initial investment was. So yeah. So I mean, like I said, I've got some friends. One of my friends who passed away, Gavin, God rest his soul. Gavin he actually started a real estate company while he was a dent guy, and he owned like 6 commercial properties, and he was doing very well for himself. And yeah, I encourage guys to look into real estate or any other kind of investments. I do a little bit of crypto and stuff like that. I'm not the guy to talk to about it. I play with it, but real estate. Another podcast I'll suggest to all my listeners. Bigger Pockets podcast is a great to listen to about real estate. I listen to it quite a bit on my travels to Bloomington to fix dents. I listen to that, and I've learned a ton. So absolutely. Nice. But my answer to the question of what we learned in 2021, or a new thing I learned how to act.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep.
Fun.
Not really. I've still got a long way to go, but I do want to say that I learned something else. I learned that I could fall in love again.
Yeah.
Even better. Yep.
I know,
awesome,
right,
man.
And Danielle's a big reason why I even had the opportunity to act. So, and I'm not really acting. I was an extra, and they gave me a line. They felt sorry for me. So
hey, hey, man, it's acting still.
But now I've got the bug, and I've started looking online. I've watched some YouTube videos. I'm actually thinking about paying for acting classes. So
nice.
Awesome.
I am. I've got the bug, so I'm gonna give it a try. And if anything, I can take it to the dent world and teach guys stuff. So yeah, well, guys, we got 3 minutes left. I think about time to end the show. One more thing I want to say, guys, not related to anything we talked about tonight. I'm going to have a contest. Newsflash.
Oh boy.
I am giving away. I mentioned this last night on John's show. He inspired me to do this. I'm going to give away a free year of DentMate invoicing and estimating software to one of my current customers. So you got from now to this Wednesday until 8:00 p.m. next Wednesday. You can sign up, subscribe. You got to subscribe, not trials. And I will randomly pick a customer that we currently have or who just signed up this week, and you will get a whole year of DentMate Pro. So, all right, you guys are watching this, go ahead and get signed up. And if you're already signed up, you're already in, so you're good. So, all right. So let me give so the workshop is March 6th, 7th, you guys, Midland, Michigan. Again, I've said this over. If you need any information, get a hold of Crystal and let her know. And all right, guys, anything else you want to say before we go?
No, that's it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
No problem. No problem.
Can't wait to see you guys both in person.
Yep. Jack, I'm bringing the cigars with me, dog.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let me give a shout out to our sponsors. RealWorldPDR.com. Respect the crowns. DentMatePro.com, your simple solution for invoicing and estimating. And you guys in Australia, don't forget about DentMate.com.au. It'll make you more. I said dollars. All right, guys. Pushmetalgear.com. It's on pause for a minute, but keep it in mind. And don't forget about Sioux Falls Dent Repair. And check Jack out on TikTok. He's amazing. So, all right, guys. We're out. We'll see you guys next time. RWO.
Bye.
Life.